Hi, Jonathan York from Bay Financial Partners, looking at investment markets. Still pretty interesting times out there with the US equity market sort of setting fresh highs almost by the day now, and it's just going to be very interesting to see how that sort of plays through to year end. Certainly at the moment a lot of fund managers are sitting there with potentially a little bit of cash sitting on the sidelines, and it's just going to be very interesting to see if they get involved before year end. On the back of that, obviously you've got Trump's new nomination for the Fed chair. Janet Yellen didn't get the nod. Jay Powell is the preferred choice, and just going to be interesting to see the hearings through sort of Congress, see how that sort of plays through. I suspect he should get a pass. US economy is still pretty strong there. Latest unemployment data was still okay, and still pointing to a US Fed rate increase in December. Also, as well, there's been a little bit of movement on the potential tax plans. They appear to be sort of creeping forward, and that again should give a further little boost to the US economy. Interesting to watch oil though. Oil is sort of creeping up now around sort of $57 a barrel on a WTI. It's just going to be interesting to see how that sort of plays through towards just sort of year end. Some analysts were looking for $60 earlier in the year, revised that back down to 50, now at 57. How does the market sort of play through? Obviously, with that rising oil price, there are inflationary implications really for the global economy. And again, it's going to be interesting to see how the sort of central banks address this situation. I've already seen a sort of surprise move for the Bank of England. They did increase rates, although they sort of couched it quite interestingly that it was removing the sort of temporary easing they had after the Brexit. But US unemployment is now at an 8-year low. Again, the economy is doing okay, but obviously the big question mark and the big sort of unknown is Brexit and how that will sort of impact on the UK economy. Europe is still doing okay. Economy is sort of pushing on at a pretty reasonable rate. Again, you've still got the issue with obviously Brexit, and also as well you've got the unknown as well with sort of Spain and the sort of Catalonia, sort of independence, non-independence, how it's sort of playing through, and really they need to get that in check sort of going forward. New Zealand, the new government sort of hit the ground running. Quite a few announcements coming through. The latest will be a sort of review of the Reserve Bank, with potentially looking at including a sort of employment sort of target as well for the Reserve Bank, in addition to the inflation target they've already got. It's sort of quite interesting really. The new government is talking about potentially a target that they're looking at 4%. Now, if you go back to sort of traditional economics, sort of 5% unemployment was considered sort of full employment. Current New Zealand unemployment rate is 4.8, so potentially you could say they're already at full employment. But how can you get that lower? Because potentially everyone who wants to be in the workforce is. So it would just be interesting to see how that sort of plays through on that sort of review and what sort of comes up from the Reserve Bank. But just remember, the OCR at 1.75, you could make a pretty reasonable argument that by cutting rates by another quarter point will do very little to stimulate the economy. property for industry. We've got a bond in the marketplace potentially, 7 years, minimum rate will be 4.55. If you're interested in that, call us on 0800 867 323 or go to the website www.bayfinancialpartners.co.nz. As always, if you are looking for income options, there are plenty of alternatives out there. And say call us on 0800 867 323 or go to the website www.bayfinancialpartners.co.nz for lots of interesting articles, and we look forward to speaking to you soon.